There's the double.
Takes an elbow to the head from Macias.
Steps up too hard. Wow! Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
Many modern fighters might not recognize this man. Even if they know his name is Dan Severn, they might assume he's just a regular MMA fighter. But behind his classic appearance, Dan the Beast, Severn is one of the most dangerous men to ever step into the octagon. Don't believe it? Let's take a closer look.
Severn goes in first. And he's quickly in the mounting position.
When Severn made his debut at UFC 4 in 1994, the world of MMA was still extremely wild and unregulated. At that time, he was the first world-class amateur wrestler brave enough to step into the world of no-holds-barred fighting.
That's it. He's got him.
Wow. What a move by Dan Severn. And it didn't take...
With a background as an All-American at Arizona State University and a U.S. Olympic team alternate, Severn brought wrestling techniques that had never been seen before.
Charles up against the octagon and pulls out.
There it is, a choke.
It's a choke and it's over.
Interestingly, he admitted that he had only 5 days to train before his very first fight.
I know what I'm capable of doing. And I should have turned that man into a pile of kindling wood. Because of what I know now, I wish I would have known then.
With no background in striking martial arts, he relied solely on raw strength and his suplex technique. But surprisingly, that was enough to bring him success in the world of MMA. In his very first appearance inside the Octagon, Severn faced off against MMA fighter Anthony Macias. Using his wrestling skills, Severn tossed Macias around like a ragdoll.
There's the double. Doing a great job.
Takes an elbow to the head from Macias.
Now Macias steps up too hard. Wow! Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
After being thrown around several times, Macias was finally forced to accept defeat when Severn successfully locked in a rear naked choke.
He's struggling with his hands, and now Severn's got an arm under the chin. There's the choke.
And a tap out by Macias.
One of the signature elements of Severn's fighting style was his ground and pound technique. He would often take his opponents down to the mat and unleash a relentless barrage of strikes, punches, elbows, or hammer fists from a dominant top position.
Pressure hits to the body. There's a left to the face of Dixon. Another left, a series of lefts, and that's it. That's it.
The wildest display of Severn's ground and pound technique happened when he faced Sambo practitioner Oleg Taktarov in 1995.
Champion, four-time European Asian Jiu-Jitsu champion, Russian national...
Just minutes into the fight, Severn quickly took Taktarov to the ground. From there, he completely dominated the match, unleashing a non-stop barrage of punches.
Severn goes in first in position. There's a right hand by Severn.
Not long after, Taktarov suffered a serious facial injury from one of Severn's knee strikes. The damage was severe enough that the referee had no choice but to stop the fight.
UFC 5. Severn another knee to the eye.
It was clear that this secured another victory for Severn.
The referee was shielded and did not see all the punishment, I believe, that was being exerted.
It must be acknowledged, Severn wasn't just another competitor in the UFC. He was a dominant force. He became the only fighter to achieve the UFC Triple Crown, winning the UFC 5 tournament, the Ultimate 1995 tournament, and the UFC Super Fight Championship at UFC 9. What made Severn truly unique was his ability to bridge the gap between real sport and entertainment. He's the only person in history to hold both an MMA World Championship and a professional wrestling world title at the same time. As he walked toward the WWE ring with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship slung over one shoulder and the UFC belt over the other, he radiated an unmatched aura of authority.
Like in the beginning, they were only being shown in major metropolitan areas. So I was living in Coldwater, Michigan, a very rural area. Never heard of those World Fighting Championships.
Despite being nicknamed the Beast, Severn was known as a polite, intelligent, and highly disciplined man. He proved that wrestling is the strongest foundation in MMA, a theory that still holds true today as many UFC champions come from wrestling backgrounds. He continued fighting well into his 50s, demonstrating incredible physical endurance before officially retiring in 2012. Severn's final fight before retirement was against MMA fighter Alex Rozman.
And now, your referee, Junior Hernandez, with some last-minute instructions.
When the fight began, Rozman managed to land a jab. In response, Severn took him to the ground. Once on the mat, Severn clearly dominated the fight, draining Rozman's stamina with relentless control. Most of the fight was spent on the ground, where Severn maintained control. By the end, it was clear that Rozman was giving everything he had just to avoid losing to Severn. Even with his career nearing its end, Severn still managed to win the fight by unanimous decision.
On the blue corner,
Over his 19-year MMA career, Severn recorded an official tally of 101 wins, 19 losses, and 7 draws.
It all depends if Garland panics or not.
Well, Severn is using no energy. He is using all leverage here. I'm really impressed with
He taps out.
On average, he fought about 6 times a year. That's an incredibly high frequency, especially compared to modern fighters who typically compete only once or twice a year.
Open palm slaps.
Is Dan better off here just trying to ride out the tank
Exactly.
rather than use up his strength and also possibly...
And when it comes to career longevity, Severn far outlasted most modern fighters. While many MMA athletes retire after about 10 years due to injuries, Severn seemed built like iron, pushing his career to nearly 2 decades.
Punching, particularly on the feet. I'm going to give it to Shamrock.
Believe it or not, Severn didn't even start his MMA career during his athletic prime. Instead, he made his debut at the age of 36, a time when many athletes are already thinking about retirement. But for Severn, it marked the beginning of a legendary new chapter.
Very good performance by Severn. A couple of beautiful...
So what do you think? Is there any modern MMA fighter who can truly match or even surpass Severn inside the Octagon?